What's up, guys? We're back. Today we're actually going to be talking about some transfer saga news. All right, we're going to be talking about Luis Díaz to Bayern. We're going to be talking about Gyökeres to Arsenal, and we're going to be talking about the Nico Williams and Barcelona fallout. If you guys do enjoy daily football content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. This is the perfect channel for y'all. I know you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel. I always got something to say. I know y'all love my opinions. And if you do want daily football content, I think this is the place for you. I think these are the big transfer sagas going on right now. So much news covering it. You know, there's obviously other things about, Darwin Nunez leaving, stuff like that. But I think these are the three things I do want to talk about the most because I actually have opinions about them. Shocking. First, I want to talk about Nico Williams because this is obviously a confirmed story. There's no hypotheticals. This is what happened. For anyone who's living under 100 rocks and hasn't heard, Nico Williams actually ended up turning down Barcelona for the second year in a row, basically rug pulling their deal, like their personal terms deal, to get basically more money with Bilbao, and it worked. He signed to 2035. He has like a 100 million release clause. I mean, it's crazy what he did. I'm gonna be so honest, as someone who watches Barcelona a lot, it broke my heart. This broke my heart. I was for sure I even said I confirmed, right? I had a time machine. Nico Williams to Barcelona is basically a here we go. All right, I'm not you know what? It. I am Fabrizio Romano. I can confirm I saw Nico Williams sign the contract. My source is that I made it the up. So the deal just explodes, and then Bilbao obviously posted it. Bro, I found out at like 4 in the morning. I was scrolling on Instagram, saw it at 4 in the morning. I couldn't believe my eyes. I think this is such a bummer for Barcelona for sure, because Nico Williams, look, I know a lot of people are mad at him, but he's a great talent. Okay, let's not pretend Nico Williams wouldn't be an absolute killer signing for Barcelona. I think the reason it's so unfortunate is because obviously, like I said in my video talking about it, the Spain national team players being so many Barcelona players would just be so much better for our club. It's just constant chemistry building. I'm actually kind of concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Barcelona players are gonna like hold a grudge. I hope not, but I just feel like it would be really awkward to be in that national team locker room right now. Kind of just talking like. I just feel like it's gonna be a little bit of tension, especially because of how blindsided Barcelona was. I mean, I'm seeing reports that they found out on Twitter, like what everyone else did. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much, but I do. I'm gonna speculate. I wonder how like players like Lamine Yamal feel about this. I wonder if he probably told him or something. I don't know. I hope they had some sort of knowledge. Like, I hope someone that close to him would have some sort of knowledge of it. But it's really unfortunate because Nico Williams is an amazing winger, and honestly, I feel like this was not a missing piece in this Barcelona system. I think the real missing piece is the investment on a new striker, which if I could shout one, I would say Julian Alvarez. Please sign in Barcelona. He's literally the future GOAT. Just no bias. I think it's a huge loss just because of his style. It seems so Barcelona, like his ability to dribble and take on a defender one-on-one. His shooting is great, and of course Lamine Yamal on the right, the chemistry there, we all know how that would go on club level. It's just unfortunate, it's not, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I think this actually hurts everyone involved because Barcelona looks like they've just been dragged along for 2 years. That doesn't look good. Nico Williams looks like a rat. like some dude who's just willing to burn any bridge for some financials. I mean, it's sad to see. I really don't think it's that aggressive. I hope not, but like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to look at it as like, wow, good for him, man. He got more money for double crossing the club twice. Like, what the I think he's going to be there 2035, so it's like a 10-year deal with Bilbao. I don't think he's going to win anything with Bilbao. I'll be so honest. I also think that this is going to have consequences in the future of his career because I don't know what club would be like, yeah, let's negotiate with him. He has no history of rug pulling or double crossing or over the club that he wants to join. I hope he wants, like, it seems to me like I don't think he wants to leave anyway. I think he's more than fine staying at Athletic Club, but I hope you want to stay there forever. I hope you don't want to leave ever because I don't think anyone wants to deal with you, man. That just doesn't look good, right? Overall, it is what it is. I'm sad to see it because I did want to see these two play. I wanted to see Lamine and Nico Williams play on the club level. We'll still see them on the national team, so it's not like that spark will be gone, but it'll always be a what if, you know what I mean? A very preventable what if, by the way. There was no reason to blow this up the way that it happened. That's my opinion. But yeah, he's staying at Bilbao. I hope he's happy because you're gonna be like their legend, bro. You're not going anywhere else. I also did want to talk about this whole Gyökeres and Arsenal situation. This one, I don't know if it's as fundamentally built as the Luis Díaz to Bayern thing, because I don't think there's been, I think I saw some reports of like some personal details have been, pushed for in the contract, but I don't know if that's actually in writing. Like, I don't know if anything's actually happened yet. I just wanted to talk about the actual signing and what I think about it. I think it's perfect, guys. Arsenal is a team that they look almost complete. It looks like they're at 95%. Like, they're not threatening enough with the current squad that, like, they're not a bad team. They do get results. They got to a semifinal in the Champions League. Say what you want. Without a striker is incredible, but I don't think anyone gives them that, like, oh, they're the team to beat respect, because they don't have a striker. Like, you've had Havertz who tried to play it. He's not a number 9. I'm sorry. He's just not a traditional striker. Gyökeres, from what I've seen, this guy is that number 9. I mean, he has such a way to play, a very aggressive, like, one-on-one. Like, he just wants to take on the challenge. And as a number 9, that's what you want. You want someone strong who's willing to go for anything. And I know there was some links with him in Man United, but he's made it very clear he wants to play Champions League football. I don't think United would be the move for him. Arsenal does make a lot of sense, especially because, like I said, it would be almost like a mutual benefit where Arsenal's like right here, Gyökeres is right here, and for them to both go up, he needs to leave Sporting and be in a top 5 league. Arsenal need that striker to get them that level above. I think it makes perfect sense for both sides, honestly. I think this is exactly the missing piece to that puzzle that Arsenal need. Honestly, with that team, that lineup with Gyökeres, I think it could be a very, very threatening team. I really don't want to sleep on this team at all. They are building and building, and I know people are gonna make jokes about Arsenal. Guys, they're getting better. Like it or not, if we're talking like just factually, they're putting up better results every year. I think this transfer makes so much sense for both parties, and I really want to see it happen. Honestly, I want to see people give Gyökeres the respect that he deserves, because the fact that he's just in the 6th league and not in the top 5, and people just like dismiss it like it means nothing. That's so cringe. That's so cringe. This guy's good. This guy's really good. Okay, I want to see it happen. I know he's like 28, so it's kind of like a shaky, like, a lot of people want I feel like a lot of clubs have that vision of like signing the 20-year-old with that like huge bright future ahead of him, but right now I think that signing Gyökeres in his current form and his prime, I think it just makes sense. I think that they can rely on him until that time comes where Gyökeres starts slowing down, which doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. So there's no reason to rush it. I feel like just get Gyökeres, worry about the striker situation in a bit, but the important thing is Arsenal need a striker. This transfer window, it would be absolutely unacceptable without a striker. You cannot go into the next Champions League season without a striker. I don't want to see it. No one's going to take you serious. No one's going to take you serious as a legitimate Champions League threat to the final if you don't have a striker. You can have beautiful tactics, beautiful defense, whatever. No number 9. Good luck, bro. Good luck. That's what I think. I think Gyökeres to Arsenal, again, huge thumbs up. I think it makes the most sense for both parties, and I really do want to see it happen. I really do. I think he's an amazing player. This one, I don't really have too much to say about this one because it's Luis Díaz, and it just got like announced not too long ago. There's not too much I've seen about it. I saw a lot of things saying that Luis Díaz was going to be the replacement for Nico Williams' transfer saga for Barcelona. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. From what I could see, Liverpool really did not want to give him up. They were really going to make it difficult to get rid of Luis Díaz, and I just didn't see him going to Barcelona. Honestly, the Barcelona left wing transfer that I think is most likely going to happen is probably Rashford. I think he's the most realistic situation, the most realistic scenario. But Luis Díaz to Bayern, oh my God. Like, guys, honestly, the thing about this, so I've been watching Bayern play in the Club World Cup. I don't really watch the Bundesliga that much. I watch a Bayern game if they're in the Club World Cup or if they're in the Champions League. That's like my main source of media consumption of the Bundesliga teams like Bayern and Dortmund. It honestly looks like the only weak spot for Bayern is the left wing situation. They have Sane and Coman, and those two have not, from what I've seen in the Club World Cup, they're just not that threatening. I'm not saying they're terrible players. It just looks like there's a certain level that the rest of the team plays, and it's like one level below, and you can notice it. When you have a situation like that, you got to get a new left wing. I saw a lot of people saying maybe Rafael Leao, which would be nuts. But Luis Díaz is equally threatening. I think Luis Díaz is one of the most brilliant left wingers, especially I've praised him before. With a Colombia shirt, this guy's different. He's got it. He's got that different gravy. So him to Bayern, that's a super team. Sorry, I have to say it. I know Luis Díaz doesn't get a lot of, again, on the club level, I don't think a lot of people see Luis Díaz that much as like that big of a threat. But I just, if you have not seen this guy play with the Colombia jersey, this guy will die for the badge, the Colombia one. But I think it's a great signing. If it really does actually end up happening, I think Bayern have an incredible front three with Olise, Kane, and Luis Díaz. That's threatening. That is super threatening. I do want to see that. It's unfortunate. Like, again, they're going to have some weakness because Musiala is injured, and that's a really big loss. But, again, he's been out for a bit anyway. I think they can adapt the system. But Luis Díaz to Bayern, guys, watch out. That's going to be a really insane transfer if that does end up happening. Their left wing being filled in that position, like where it's finally someone they can rely on, who's consistently good dribbles, aggressive, can go forward. Luis Díaz is that guy. Again, Rafael Leao, I would love to see him at Barcelona or Bayern, but I don't think he's going to be leaving AC Milan realistically. I love this signing. I think it just makes the most sense. I think Luis Díaz is just the perfect Bayern solution. That's how I see it right now. Let me know what you guys think about these transfers. I think they're really cool, honestly. I think it's going to make next season really entertaining if these all go through, which, again, there's no guarantee. Very sad about Nico Williams. Again, I do think Rashford's going to end up joining. He seems to have a very high interest in Barcelona, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about this whole transfer saga. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. All my links to my TikTok and my Instagram are in the description down below. You know I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. We're almost at 500 subscribers. We're going to be on the road to 1,000. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep building. I love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Peace.